I'm John Carter, live at the Charlotte-Mecklenburg Police Department's North Tryon Division here, headquarters, and behind me is the patrol car, number 811 of fallen police officer Joshua Iyer. There's a flag draped over the car. Flowers have been put here. Flowers have been put in front of the door to this office here, which, by the way, has been closed today in honor of Officer Iyer. An interesting note here, a sad note about this North Division was hit by tragedy 17 years ago this month when Officer Sean Clark and Jeff Shelton were killed in the line of duty. They were based here at the North Tryon Division. Meanwhile, we've got some breaking news to tell you about because we have learned new information about the suspect in this case. The suspect who was wanted in connection with a firearm by a felon charge. We're going to go live now to our David Hodges, who has more on that. David?
When I first started digging into the criminal history of Terry Clark Hughes Jr., I found a lengthy list of charges across the state that was almost too long and too spread out to even count. But we kept digging into it, and eventually I found a theme with some of the more recent cases, and it was something important enough that I brought it to the attention of CMPD Chief Johnny Jennings and asked him if it's a problem for law enforcement across the state. It's a tragedy Charlotte-Mecklenburg Police Chief Johnny Jennings had a hard time putting into words.
It's just been very tough. And knowing that you have families that are hurting right now.
4 members of the Regional Fugitive Task Force killed. Police say the man responsible is Terry Clark Hughes Jr. I started searching through Hughes' criminal history and found a lengthy list of charges and arrests and time spent in county jails. Combined, he served just under 2 years in the state prison system, most recently in 2013 after being sentenced as a felon in possession of a firearm. The same charge, police say, the task force was preparing to arrest him for on Monday. But what I found and focused on is a series of charges over the past several years that are labeled dismissed. This 2021 charge for fleeing and eluding arrest says dismissed, but is actually just pending until Hughes was arrested after skipping court. And this 2021 arrest for a multitude of marijuana charges was dropped as the DA's office started dismissing low-level offenses after the pandemic. There are more charges against Hughes just like this in other counties. Does any of that point to a larger problem in the criminal justice system?
I can give you hundreds of examples of people that I feel like should not be out preying upon our citizens. I really think we're overwhelmed. We're overwhelmed in the court system. Our district attorney is overwhelmed with the docket that we see within Charlotte-Mecklenburg. And I don't have an answer for that. But what I can tell you is that I am focused on holding people accountable for the crimes that they commit.
I reached out to the district attorneys here in Mecklenburg County as well as Person and Alamance counties where some of the more recent charges have been filed. We do not have an on-the-record statement yet from any of them explaining those dismissals, but we will keep looking into this issue and trying to figure out more about Hughes' history and what led up to this fatal movement. Live in Uptown, David Hodges, WBTV, on your side.
All right, thank you so much, David. And again, we are live here at the North Tryon Division of the Charlotte-Mecklenburg Police Department. This is where Officer Joshua Iyer was based, the officer who was killed yesterday during that terrible shootout. And this memorial is here, and I know that they appreciate all the folks who have come by to lay flowers or just to pay their respects. Siobhan, back to you.
Thanks, guys.